Welcome to the Mindset Model, where identity meets destiny, where mindset becomes magic, and the version of you you've only dreamed of, well, it's already within you. This is your portal to expansion, your permission to be seen, to take up space, to step fully into your truth. I'm Sara Davis, and this is the Mindset Model. Welcome home. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Mindset Model podcast. In today's episode, we are going to be having a look at one of the core values of the Mindset Model, which is authentic presence. Now, I used to find this really annoying when people were like, oh, you need to be more authentic, you need to be more you. And I got annoyed because it just sounded really cheesy. I didn't really understand what the hell it meant, and I didn't actually know who I was at the time. So that's why it annoyed me. But now I get it. Now, what does it actually mean? It means being you, but the real you, the version of you that doesn't hide away, that doesn't dim their light, doesn't try to mold into who you think the world wants you to be. Oh no. It's about unconditional love for yourself. All of you, even the bits that you think are a bit weird, a bit odd, you don't like, you love all of you. And you show up as who you are, not when you've made it or you've ticked off society's checklist, but right now as you are. And there's a couple of different aspects to authentic presence, and I'm going to share these in this episode. So often we do wear a mask, and I certainly have most of my life worn a mask to fit in. And a lot of the reasons why we don't actually show up as our authentic self is because we do get scared. We have that fear that people won't like the real us. We get scared that we might be judged, scared of standing out, and we've created a belief at some point in our life that being the real us means that we won't be accepted. And when you hide behind that mask, you actually can forget who you really are. And I speak to so many people who say they have forgotten who they are. They don't know what they want. They are just settling for a life, but deep down they know it's really not what they want. And that is why one of the reasons why I created my brand, the Mindset Model. And it's actually one of the first modules in the Mindset Model method, all about finding yourself again, because you would not believe the amount of people who are feeling so stuck and lost. Now, I started discovering the real me after about 2018. I started to really question things, and I was doing things in life, living a life that didn't really feel great. It felt a bit off, and I felt like I was trying to be like everyone else. And I'm sure if you're listening to this now, at some point in your life, you have potentially felt like this. So think about something that you have done just because everyone else was doing it, and you wanted to fit in, but it didn't feel very good. And I know I've done hundreds of things like that. Really random examples, which I'm going to give you just to kind of think of things off the top of my head. When I was growing up, can you remember, if you live in the UK, you grew up in the early 2000s, can you remember following the trends, like having the Jane Norman bag? So everyone would go to that shop, they'd buy the clothes just for this bloody Jane Norman bag. And I didn't really like any of their clothes. I didn't even like the bloody bag. But I just did it because I wanted to fit in. I'm really not into fashion. Had no idea what the hell was going on, but you just do these things. And again, another thing is, you have to be really sociable to fit in. You've got to be at all the parties, all the events, all the things. And as I've got older, I don't actually really like socialising that much. I mean, I love a good old coffee and a catch-up, but that's about it. I like my quiet time and going out rambling around in nature. Another thing as well, like the whole the makeup and the eyebrows thing. When I was younger, I thought you had to follow all of these trends and be really up to date with the latest makeup and have, all the eyebrow. Is it like lamination, tattooing? Who even bloody knows? But do you know what? I am very happy with my overplucked 90s eyebrows. And I hardly wear makeup, so that will do me nicely. So, what choices are you making right now that feel a bit off? Is there any things that you do just because it's expected? And what are the things that you're doing that don't really light you up at the moment? Because when you ignore your authentic self, life has a way of showing you. Oh, yes, it will show you. Everything feels harder. Things can tend to fall apart, and that is not a coincidence. That is just feedback that you are not living in alignment with your true self. Now, making choices that are in alignment with your authentic self and living a lifestyle and creating an environment that allows you to show up as who you feel like you want to be, who you are. So, say, for example, the way that I show up with an authentic presence, I do love social media. My husband hates it. He thinks it's the devil, but I love it. I love posting on Instagram. Even if nobody was watching, I had no followers, I don't even care. I just really enjoy it. And I love to see other people living their best lives, on their holidays, going on their walks, having their coffee, whatever they're doing. That really brings me joy. And I also love to use social media because it shows me what is possible. A lot of my mentors, showcase wonderful things on here, and it feels really, really expansive. But this isn't for everybody. It might not be authentic to you. I am literally posting on my stories every damn day. If I am not posting on my story, I'm either very unwell or I'm dead. Just an FYI. Again, public speaking. Some people would rather fucking die than speak in public, but I absolutely love it. That is how I show up authentically, creating content, standing on stage, all of that stuff. Absolutely love it. And another thing as well, which this is a little bit of not a taboo subject, but something that people do get quite triggered about, with authentic presence, again, making choices which fit you and how you want to feel. A huge one for me and my husband is having children. Now, we get hounded all the bloody time. When are you having kids? Don't you want a family? And to be honest, no, we're really not bothered. We don't want kids. And when we actually say no, we don't want kids, people are flabbergasted. I mean, when I meet new people for the first time at work or whenever I'm networking or whatever it is, they'll always ask the question, do you have kids? And you can kind of see their expression. They're expecting me to say, yes, I've got kids or whatever. But when I say no, their face changes and you can see them thinking, shit, she can't have kids. She's probably doing fertility treatment. She's doing this, she's doing that. And then I'll say, no, my husband and I have just decided that we don't want kids. We're really happy, we're child free. And then their face changes again. It's as if they're trying to process how mad we are. And it's like they can't register that this is a choice that I've made. And we get all the things like, but who's going to take care of you when you're old? Having kids is the best thing you can do on the planet. I wouldn't change it for the world. Aren't you bored? Aren't you unfulfilled? And we love our lives so much. We love the freedom, we love the quiet, we love the creativity, the adventures, the holidays. We love just going to the gym whenever we want to. We love building our business. We show up as our healthiest, happiest selves because we made the choice that is right for us. And that is what authentic presence is all about. Choosing what is true for you. Not what society tells you, not what your friends expect, not what your parents dreamed of, what you actually want. And showing up as your authentic self is, one thing in this world, your authenticity. This is so powerful. So say, for example, in the acting industry, so I work as an actor, and a lot of, the aspiring actors, well, the people that I look up to in the acting industry, they will say all the time, the ones that have made it, they have made it because they were themselves. Authenticity is their superpower, which is actually quite funny because as an actor, you are playing someone else. But anyway, they get chosen in the castings and the auditions because of their, say, unique voice, their quirks, the way that they walk. And that is why they are chosen and they are loved. And that is why you are loved, for your individuality. Your uniqueness, it truly is magical. And there is only one of you on this planet. Now, just a final note, finding yourself, this isn't a quick thing which is going to happen overnight and then that's it. You're just going to live, the rest of your life. You will change and evolve over your whole life. You will have different eras, different chapters, different stages. But when you are in those moments, it's about choosing to show up in a way that feels best for you. Authenticity isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. And when you show up in your authentic presence, people feel it. You are just magnetic. You're alive. And life feels bloody fabulous. So, my loves, if you enjoyed this episode, please like it and share it with anyone you feel that needs to connect with their authentic self. Check out my website if you want to find more information about the mindset model. So that's the mindsetmodel.co.uk. And I also have the mindset model method. Take a look, check it out, and this is my 7-day course which will really help you to step into the best version of you. Have the best day, and I will see you in my next episode.